Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you're doing or learning to do. Good afternoon. My name is Michael McCampbell. Who is Pele? Why is he famous? Where did he come from? These may be many questions racing through your mind that I'm going to be answering. Soccer may seem like the sissy sport or the sport no one plays, but it is actually a very aggressive, intelligent, and committed sport. You may have just seen the bad side of it or not stuck around for the end where the striker booted the ball to the other side to the other striker who headed it into the goal, barely missing the fingertips of the goalie flying into the corner of the net. The subject of this speech is soccer, and Pele was very much so a soccer player, enthusiast, and ambassador. As said by Pele himself in the quote I began with, this can very easily correlate to the fact that his love for soccer transcended almost all else in the world. Being a soccer player myself for a total of 13 years, I have a pretty good idea of what the sport is like. I have such an appreciation for the sport, and Pele embodies what the sport of soccer should look like. To give you a better idea of how special, virtuous, and magnificent Pele is, we're going to observe the timeline of his life and sit back and watch the roller coaster of life I'm sure he's proud he rode. So let's start at the very beginning. First, Pele's hometown and childhood. Born in the Brazilian city of Três Corações in 1940, Yao Ramos and Donna Celeste welcomed their firstborn new baby into the world, whooping and hollering. Pele was in fact not his actual name. He was named Edson Arantes do Nascimento, after Thomas Edison, and was nicknamed Dico. He actually hated the nickname Pele, and its origin is still unknown. He began at very humble starts. The way he and his friends would entertain themselves would be running around the town bumping, kicking, and passing a ball made out of extra rags. The amount of creativity and persistence he used to make the ball and further continue to use it was amazing and eye-opening to show how he used his resources to his absolute advantage. As said by Pele, everything is practice. A lot of skills were learned from his father, or more commonly known as Don Dino. Being a former minor league soccer player, he knew a thing or two. Now let's take a look at the transition of childhood to adolescent years. He gained the most ground in soccer within the years of his teens, gaining opportunities to further his career. Pele played in a youth squad coached by Waldemar de Brito, a former professional Brazilian soccer player. Then, at the age of 15, he was urged by his coach and eventually his supportive parents to leave home and all he had known to try out for the Santos Professional Soccer Club. Soon after he had been racking up goals in minor league soccer, the national Brazilian soccer team recruited him at 15. He struggled at first to find his niche, his place. His playing style was not that of his crisper form teammates. He had grown up having a style that was raw and acrobatic that used his surroundings and opponents to prosper. This technique of genius was later called Jenga and is used by many soccer players and styles to this day. So, Pele eventually gained confidence and his teammates started to accept the way he played. His first World Cup was located in Sweden in 1958 and it was an event. His gameplay was remarkable. His speed, athleticism, field vision, and control at the age of 17 was extraordinary. The fans could not believe this kid. And finally, the portion of Pele's life that peaked and began with him playing professional soccer. Pele played professional soccer for a total of 20 fantastic years and prospered abundantly. He found his place on the team for sure and has brought joy, inspiration, and entertainment to all who have beholden his excellence. Pele was expected to retire in 1947 and did, but before this, his restless self could not quite scratch the itch enough to settle down. In 1945, he came out of his first retirement and went back into the game for a good while, and then decided to retire with a remarkable total of 1,281 goals and 1,363 games. Pele went on to make many accomplishments, including winning the International Peace Award, working with the United Nations Children's Fund, winning a total of 3 World Cups, becoming FIFA's co-player of the century in 1999, being Brazil's extraordinary minister for sport, a world ambassador for soccer, and a United Nations ambassador for ecology and environment. Let's take a moment to step back and reflect on how much of an impact Pele has had on all who encountered him. In summation, Pele was such a special man. He worked to gain credibility to play soccer, He was passionate about the sport and would not give up, and he remained humble amidst all the chaos. So many lives were changed by his journey, character, and influence. We can learn so many things from him, but the main ones would be perseverance is key. Being different can take you far, and the unknown is sometimes the best place to be. Thank you. Are there any questions?
Why did you choose Pele over other famous soccer players?
Why did I choose Pele? Many famous soccer players. I believe that Pele was one of the best soccer players because of his humility and his journey from humble beginnings, and he kept that attitude throughout the whole thing, and is a great role model.
What inspired you to basically like this talk?
Mhm.
Because of the soccer player, do you believe there's a message that should be out because of soccer?
So what inspired me was I have loved soccer ever since I was 3 years old, and when I discovered Pele, he was just such a great player, and I could connect to him on so many levels in his gameplay, even though people didn't accept it at first. I just really appreciated how he persevered, and so I think it's just inspires everyone, not even limited to soccer players, that even if you're different, you can make such a difference, and that's honestly could be an advantage.
Very good, very good.
Hi, Ella.
Hi.
You're not late, don't worry.
I know I saw I was waiting for I was like, oh my god.
No, you're fine. We went ahead and wanted to kind of get started.
My actor, yeah.
Come on in, Julia.